It is 10 minutes before 6, before 7 in the Mountain Time Zone. You're listening to All Points West, and in Port Alberni, you're listening at 98.1 FM. Rose Sarkaney isn't your average runner. First of all, she's more accomplished than most, having run several marathons, including the Boston Marathon. But Rose is also visually impaired, and she's been campaigning to make marathons more accessible for the visually impaired. Recently, she scored a big victory by getting a visually impaired category added to the Vancouver Marathon. Rose joins me right now from her Port Alberni home. Hi, Rose.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good myself. Yourself?
Thank you. Good. I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. What changes is the Vancouver Marathon making to help visually impaired athletes?
Pardon me? I'm also hearing impaired.
What changes is the Vancouver Marathon making to help visually impaired athletes?
The changes is we now have the visually impaired category for the visually impaired runners to be able to compete, just like in any other categories, like age category and wheelchair categories or mobility.
And how are they doing that physically to ensure that you're able to do it and safely?
Most visually impaired runners have guide runners, and they wear a special bib stating that says blind runner guide. And I personally use a tethering method with my guide, so we're kind of like tied together when we're running marathons. And that is generally to show people that someone is helping someone with visually impairment to run the marathon, to make sure we run through it safely.
Now, getting the Vancouver Marathon to open up for visually impaired athletes, how will this kind of thing help runners like you?
It helps us, for people around us during the marathon, to be aware, so nobody stumbled into anyone. It's just for safety. Okay.
And where did you get the inspiration for your campaign to change the Vancouver Marathon?
The inspiration was when I qualified for Boston, and I registered as a visually impaired participant, which I didn't know there was such a thing until then. And that made me think, I don't know if we have that here in BC. And after that, I decided maybe that's something we need to change.
So, have you, in the past with other runs you've done, how have you fared? Are people who are visually impaired, are they competing against other people with impairments, or is it something where everyone is lumped together?
In the past, it has been difficult. I found that people that didn't know that I was visually impaired, we often bump into each other or trip over one another, or it was difficult. And since having the visually impaired category and having a special race bib and being tethered, it definitely made it a lot easier and a lot more fun.
Now, how's your training going for the Vancouver Marathon?
It's going great. I just did a 34K run with my running partner, also guide, and we had a great run. Weather was fantastic, and we're going to be doing 38K tomorrow. So it's going great.
Holy cow. That's a lot. And a true marathon is what, 40K?
42.2 kilometers.
Wow. Well, good luck with your training and good luck with the Vancouver Marathon.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye, Rose.
Bye-bye now.
Rose Sarkaney is a marathon runner from Port Alberni.